Gedig 4, Baby Dragons, deur Isak de Vries. Kom ons spring sommer dadelik in. You're probably wondering whether we are doing an English poem. Not at all. Baby Dragons is an Afrikaans poem, but what is it all about? Kom ons gaan kyk. Die titel van hierdie gedig is 'n verwysing na middeleeuse landkaarte wat gevare in onbekende gebiede aandui. So in the olden days, when explorers went around on their ships exploring the world and finding new land, they would draw maps, and on unexplored and undiscovered parts of the world, they would draw pictures of dragons and sea monsters and write on the map, "Here be dragons," to show that it is a dangerous part because it is unexplored and they don't know what you will find there. In this poem, it depicts the dangers of the internet and how young people want to be left alone to explore this on their own. So in hierdie gedig wys dit op die gevare van die internet. Die gedig is geskryf uit die oë van 'n jong mens en rekenaar en internet is tweede natuur vir hom. Baie internetterme word gebruik in hierdie gedig, meestal in Engels, en ons gebruik ook neologismes wat nuwe woorde is en direkte vertalings. So as the language develops, as technology develops, new terms develops for things in technology, but there aren't necessarily Afrikaans words for these new concepts. And then the English word is used, or we create a new word which is then called a neologisme. Right. Die tema in hierdie gedig. Daar is 'n parallel tussen die gevare wat ontdekkingsreisigers, which are explorers, eeue gelede moes oorkom, en die gevare wat skuil op die internet vir cybersurfers. You'll see a lot of this word. Cyber means cyber. Volwasse wording, which is to mature, en die balans tussen onafhanklikheid en die behoefte aan hulp en raad. So there is a balance between independence and the need for advice and help. Right. Die bou van hierdie gedig, hoe lyk die gedig? Dit is in vrye vers geskryf, daar is geen vaste rympatroon nie. Die toon en progressie, the tone and the progression in the poem. Dis 'n persoonlike toon, it's a very personal poem. The speaker speaks directly to his father. Die spreker praat direk met sy pa. Aan die begin is hy vol selfvertroue, he is full of self-confidence. Maar later is daar wel 'n onsekerheid, 'n insecurity en weerloosheid, vulnerability. On this slide and the next one is a quick summary of the poem, and I want you to pause your slide on or the video on this slide and on the next one, and then quickly read through the summary of the poem, this slide and the next one, to familiarize yourself with what this poem is all about. Right, and then we are going to jump straight into this poem. Pa se kodewoord draf ek in 'n oogwindkaf, my muis surf dwingend op nuwe ruimtes af. So kodewoord hier is reeds 'n voorbeeld van 'n neologisme, 'n nuwe woord wat ons geskep het, en dit beteken password, reg? So 'n password, kom ons sê net hierso, password draf ek in 'n oogwindkaf. So I want you to focus on this one. Kaf draf is an expression in Afrikaans which means that you do something very quickly. And oogwink means in the blink of an eye. Blink of an eye. So this is basically a repetition in line 2 that he does this very quickly, breaking his father's password or discovering his father's password. My muis surf dwingend op nuwe ruimtes af. Hierdie nuwe ruimtes is die internet en hier kry ons 'n voorbeeld van surf wat ons die Engelse woord gebruik. Dit is 'n werkwoord, 'n verb. My mouse is obviously the mouse, but this can also be seen as a metaphor. Reg. Dit is ook 'n bietjie van 'n personification, because a mouse can't literally surf, so it is figuratively speaking. Dit is sy ontdekkingsreis, his exploration into the internet, sy ontdekkingsreis. Goed, los my pa, laat my gaan. Inligting is my religie en Google Earth my kaart. Dagga lê die strate vol en die onnies vroetel ook maar graag. So in line 5 here, he tells his father to let him go. He wants space. Hy vra sy pa vir ruimte, space, om te gaan ontdek, to go and explore the internet. Inligting is my religie. So in the olden days, when the explorers went on their journeys, they would use maps and they very much relied on religion when they went on these journeys. So this young man is telling his father that information is his religion and his map is Google Earth. So that is what he can use. So his father should let him go. Dagga lê die strate vol, so dagga is dwelms, which is drugs. En onnies vroetel ook maar graag. Onnies is 'n verkorting van onderwysers, teachers. En dit is onderwysers wat verkeerd optree. Teachers that do the wrong things, wat verkeerd optree. Reg, dodgy teachers. So hy gebruik die internet, and where his father might perhaps try to stop him because of the dangers on the internet, he's telling his father, just remember, there's drugs in the streets and teachers are full of nonsense, so let me just sit in my room and discover the internet. Reg. Ons weet pa, ons keyboards is wyser as jy dink. Laat ons gaan, laat ons reis, na kletsvriende in Pole, na hekse in Parys. Reg, ons weet pa. So hy beklemtoon hierdie woord, ons weet. Reg, we know, Dad. So ons weet waaroor dit gaan. Ons keyboards is wyser as jy dink. Nou hierdie ons keyboards is wyser. A keyboard can't be wise. Met ander woorde, ons noem hierdie metonymia. Die woord keyboards verwys na jong mense. En dit is 'n teken van die keyboards en daarom noem ons dit metonymia. So die keyboards weet wat om te gaan soek, beter as wat die pa weet. Here we get a repetition, laat ons gaan. Dit is 'n herhaling. Can you see the confidence that this young man has? Laat ons reis, let us travel. na kletsvriende in Pole. Hier is nog 'n neologisme, kletsvriende, to our chat friends, neologisme, chat friends, friends in chat rooms in Pole en Parys. So this just shows us that they travel all over the world through the internet. Reg, hulle connect met groepe oor die hele wêreld en dit is hoe hulle merk maak. Reg. Waar anders pa sal ons geslag ons vlae plant, ons claims afsteek. Before we carry on to the next one, where else, Dad, will our generation plant our flags and stake our claims? So, if they can't do that on the internet, where will they do it? In the olden days, when people went from Europe to America, they quite literally claimed their land. So what they did is they divided the land up into huge squares, and they would literally line the people up and then blow a big horn or something, and people would run with a flag to a piece of land, plant their flag, and stake their claim. And that's what this young man is saying here. They want to travel through the internet and stake their claim like that. So he is telling his father, this is what they want to do. Plant their flags and stake their claims. And then he repeats himself again, los my pa, leave me and let me go. Laat my gaan. Reg. So ons geslag, he refers to them in this poem as the digital natives. These are people that are quite comfortable with technology, the digital natives, the young people of today. Dit beklemtoon die spreker se behoefte, the need to be independent, die behoefte aan onafhanklikheid, which is basically the theme of this poem, die behoefte aan onafhanklikheid. Reg, en dit is die herhaling. Reg, and then we get this word, maar. So maar wys altyd vir ons 'n wending. There is now a slight change in the tone of this poem. Maar hou oop jou hart. Eendag gaan daar 'n virus wees, 'n wurm of 'n Trojaanse perd wat meer gaan doen as komperkraak. Daar's nog 'n neologisme. Dan, pa, sal my brein met jou wil praat. So, even though he is very self-confident, hy het baie vertroue in homself, he is self-confident, maar hou oop jou hart, keep open your heart. As daar iets verkeerd gaan, if something goes wrong, he wants his father to be there for him. Eendag gaan daar 'n virus wees. One day there will be a virus. And these are examples of internet dangers. 'n Wurm en 'n Trojaanse perd, a Trojan horse or a worm. These are examples of internet viruses. Komperkraak is hacking. Right? This is to hack. And dit is weer eens 'n neologisme. Eers dan. So can you see this word dan? Only then will he be ready to talk to his father. And with his brain. So hy gaan nie emosioneel daaroor wees nie. He's not going to be emotional about it. Hy gaan rasioneel met sy pa daaroor praat. He is going to have a mature discussion with his father about these dangers that he is coming across on the internet. Sal jy daar wees, pa, as ek moet vlug van 'n pedofiel of sluipdief in die nag, sal jou oor dan oop wees, pa, 'n USB vir my gemoed. Kom ons stop eers daar. Will you be there, Dad, if I have to flee from a pedophile or a sluipdief is like a cat thief in the night? So these are also examples of dangers on the internet. Will you be there for me? Sal jou oor dan oop wees? In other words, will you listen to me when I am ready to talk to you about this? A USB vir my gemoed. So as we take a USB to download information on, he wants to download onto his dad. He wants to download his feelings and discuss it with his father to make him understand. So hy wil met sy pa praat. Hy wil aflaai by sy pa. Download, aflaai by sy pa oor die gevare. And then he asks his father, of gaan jy stug 'n vuurwal gooi en my die kuberstorm self laat veg? Hier kry ons weer vertalings van die woorde. 'n vuurwal is a firewall en 'n kuberstorm is a cyberstorm. Reg. Dit is metafore, metaphors. So die seun gebruik tegnologiese terme. He uses technological terms to ask his father whether he will help him or whether he's going to leave him. Om te vra vir hulp. Vir hulp. And then I want you to note the irony, die ironie wat ons hier kry. Goed, hy wil die vryheid hê, nommer 1. He wants the freedom to go and explore, om te gaan ontdek. Maar, hy wil ook, kom ons sit net 'n kolletjie daar, eerstens wil hy die vryheid hê, en tweedens wil hy die sekerheid hê, the security, dat sy pa daar sal wees, wanneer daar gevare is. So it goes both ways. He feels safe in the fact that his father will be there for him when there is danger, and that way he is free to go and explore. Please refer to your textbook Sprak of Sprook en ander gedigte for examples of questions and the answers that go along with that for this poem. Thank you.